My name's Amy Bocko. I am joining today from Western Michigan University in Kalamazoo. I'm here to talk about a successful digital humanities microgrant program that was launched at our university's Center for the Humanities in 2022, which has proven to be a very successful bridge between the center and also the university libraries, and has helped us grow our digital humanities collaborations. So WMU Center for the Humanities was conceived in 2011 as an interdisciplinary hub for ideas, collaboration, and public engagement. Recognizing humanistic scholarship is not a monolith, scholars university-wide were asked to serve on an advisory board representing the diverse disciplines that we have at our university. The traditional focus at the Center for the Humanities was engagement via public programming. And the flagship of that was a large-scale yearly thematic public lecture series. Topics such as truth, freedom, or courage were explored through speaking events that featured well-known intellectual powerhouses such as Angela Davis, Nicole Hannah-Jones, Ibram Kendi, Jerry Saltz, this was alongside scholars from our university region and nationwide. So the COVID-19 pandemic really disrupted the center's immediate programming and our established methods of engagement, and it caused a re-examination of our areas of service and how we interact with our audiences and where we were allocating our resources. With public health and safety concerns, all of our in-person events were halted, and we tried to engage online, but attendance greatly suffered. We were in the midst of everybody living their entire lives online, on Zoom, on a screen, so our audience had digital fatigue. Even as conditions improved and we were starting to do more things in person, COVID-19 really, I think, caused a lot of people to rethink their level of engagement and comfort in public spaces. So as we were contemplating future thematic programming, the advisory board discussed the need for human reconnection and reinvention in the new world we found ourselves living in. Thus, the center's publicly engaged humanities faculty mini grant program was conceived. The program created a new area of humanities engagement at the center by supporting WMU faculty via microgrants to launch digital humanities projects. And by reallocating these resources that once funded these singular large on-campus speaking engagements, we were able to usher in this new area of programming where we were supporting multiple faculty members to explore sustainable digital humanities engagement via digital scholarship tools and curricular innovation. So promoting and building collaborations in digital humanities had been one of my goals since joining the center in 2018. And the mini grant program created this much needed library pipeline for outreach, interdisciplinary collaboration, and promoting the university library's digital toolkit. I became the center's associate director, in 2022, and the administration of the mini grant program became my primary area of responsibility. The program created this natural pathway to support growing a community of practice in digital humanities, digital storytelling, and community-driven archives, while establishing this visible partnership between the university libraries and Center for the Humanities. The program's inaugural year saw this natural theme emerge of documenting and uplifting the voices and histories of traditionally underserved communities. While the proposed focus and subject expertise varied amongst the inaugural cohort, there was this continuous thread of capturing, presenting, and preserving hidden narratives of diverse communities. Each successful awardee proposed varying methods to meet their project technical goals. From this, I identified a unified need for on campus to create collections of accessible, sustainable digital materials, provide technical know-how for audio and video capture, digital platform and toolkit availability and support, and long-term digital preservation. By developing a unified methodology, the technological aspects of the of the projects could be streamlined to ensure the integrity and sustainability of the content that was being generated, and create this model of support for new digital technologists to build their confidence and keep them from reinventing the wheel. So with each acceptance letter that I happily sent, I added project examples using some of our available library tools, such as Scalar and our institutional repository, ScholarWorks. And I also offered consultation and collaboration. All 4 of the awardees were enthusiastic about collaboration and ultimately were very successful in meeting their goals during the project period. Throughout the grant period, the center hosted lunches and check-ins with the awardees to meet one another, to share experiences and troubleshoot. The mutual goals of collecting and celebrating untold stories, creating student-centered learning experiences, openness to collaboration, and growing their digital toolkits made for a naturally synergistic environment to grow a community of practice spanning disciplines. The one project I would like to, an awardee I'd like to highlight today comes from my colleague in World Languages and Literature. Dr. Li Zhang used her microgrant as a launch pad for curricular innovation and classroom engagement with the sustainable output of growing an archive of documenting the lived experiences of Asian American and Pacific Islander community members and immigrants. Given the increased violence and bigotry to Asian communities during the COVID-19 pandemic, this was a very timely and important subject. Dr. Zhang used her mini grant funds to support experiential learning and launch the Telling Our Stories, a video collection celebrating AAPI heritage. Zhang's research focus is on pedagogical innovation and strategies for secondary language learners. In particular, she teaches Mandarin Chinese in a high school immersion program, and that's where her focus is with the research she does. So she created this engaging curriculum where her students explored experiences of immigration via collecting oral histories from AAPI community volunteers. They spend a day immersing themselves in Chinese culture in Chicago's Chinatown. And this was all while they were growing their Mandarin language skills and creating this enduring archive of first-person narratives documenting the lived experience of AAPI community members. Her students performed research, they developed interview questions, and they interviewed the volunteers that Dr. Zhang had recruited. The class assignment culminated with her students presenting snapshots of the lives of the interview volunteers in Mandarin. They took a field trip for a docent-led visit to the Chinese American Museum of Chicago. The visit, I learned, was all in Mandarin and Cantonese, so they really got to flex their language skills that day. And they got to spend the day kind of experiencing and celebrating Chinese culture and cuisine in Chicago's Chinatown. Dr. Zhang's project's now in the 3rd year of adoption and has really generated enthusiasm and support both on our campus with stakeholders, but beyond in the community she's working with and in the school that she's working with. Telling Our Stories, I believe, serves as an example of how these modest faculty microgrants can be a catalyst for innovative student-centered pedagogical curriculum redesign, creating sustainable digital storytelling collaborations, and kind of humanities connection and engagement. So as the University Center for the Humanities mini grant program enters its third cycle for the 2024-25 school year, the preceding cycles have been really successful in establishing a community of practice for digital humanities practitioners, curricular and innovation, long-term partnerships, and creating these new collections of untold stories. We have successfully balanced our commitment to providing engaging humanity-centered public programming with a desire to cultivate and support our burgeoning digital scholarship on campus by strategically reallocating our resources, but also our outreach efforts and manpower. And with that, I thank you very much for joining me today to learn a little more about this project. Thank you.